Business static. Group name 1, namely Nurul Ayuni, Nur Alia Izzati, Nur Al Inshira Balkis, Julela, and Bushra. We do set A for assignment group. Sampling data and record categorical data. For sampling data, we have number matrix such as A21, A3361, A21, A3411, A21, A3235, A21, A3414, and A21, A3273. The lowest show is 7, so that 500 plus 7 equal 161. For record category data, we have 6 variables named, namely liter per 100 kPa, weight, horsepower, cylinder, and brand category. For graph 1, show the lowest percent of liter per 100 for fuel consumption is 4.0%. For medium height, percent is 20%, and the highest percent show 75.30%. For paragraph 2, show 100%. It can be said the travel distance is kilometer per liter is highest because of frequency have 150, valid percent 100, and cumulative percent also 100. For paragraph 3, show the highest frequency horsepower for vehicle is 140, which percent 93.3%, followed by the lowest 6.79% because have a 10 frequency horsepower for vehicle. Next, for graph weight for each vehicle is highest frequency valid number 15, which percent 50%, followed by medium height have 36%, and the second lowest have 10%, and the lowest have 4%. And the lowest total for engine vehicle is valid number 4 until 5, which percent 4%, followed by valid number 6 until 7 have percent 33%, and the highest is 8 or more, which 74%. And the last but not least, for graph, the highest frequency brand of car is BMW, which 44 and percent show 29.3%, and the lowest frequency brand of car is Citroen for valid number 4, and which percent 1.3%.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Bushra binti Masri. My meeting number is 8218325. I would like to present about 3.0 numerical description measures. 3.1 measure of central tendency. The first is mean. X equals to 6.894 per 150 equals 1.379. This is shows us the mean for horsepower is 1.38. The second is median. Median equals 150 per 2 th equals 75 th observation. Median equals 0.800 plus in bracket 75 minus 57 per 49 multiply 1.204 equals 1.242. Thus 50% of the horsepower is 1.24. The third is mode. Mode equals 0.800 plus in bracket 30 per 30 plus 18 multiply 1.204 equals 1.553. The highest of the horsepower is 1.553. 3.2 measure of position. A measure of horsepower. Q1 equals 1.39 plus in bracket 3.75 per 4 minus 10 per 28 multiply 0.204 equals 1.5904. Q3 equals 2.005 plus in bracket 112.5 minus 106 per 18 multiply 0.204 equals 2.0787. Interquartile range. Q3 minus Q1 equals 2.0787 minus 1.5904 equals 0.4883. 3.3 measure of variation. S square root equals 1 per 150 per 1 in bracket 7836.5816 minus 206.894 square root per 150. S square root equals 50676.194. Standard deviation S equals square root 50676.194. S equals 225.114.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to my brief lecturer and all dearest friend. I am Nur Al Inshira Balkis with ID number 8218361. Today, I will present the graph. First of all, we will see the histogram. Okay, 4.0 graphical presentation through it. 4.1 histogram. A histogram is a type of graph that has a wide application in statistics. Histogram provide a visual interpretation of numerical data by indicating the number of data points that's within a range of value. This range of value are called classes or bins. The frequency of the data that fall in each class is depicted by the use of a bar. The highest that the bar is, the greater the frequency of data value in that bin. Next is the graph first, table 17, histogram frequency distribution for liter per 100. Graph 7 frequency distribution for liter per 100. From the histogram, we can see that the graph is labeled the x-axis. The mean point of class interval 2.1 C until 4.1 C is 3.1 C and has the highest frequency, which is 113. The mean point of class interval 4.17 until 6.17 is 5.17 and the frequency is 31. There is a second highest frequency of liter per 100. Mean point of class interval 0.00 until 2.15 is 1.08 and has the lowest frequency of C. For the next slide is the graph 2. Okay, graph 2 is table 18. Histogram frequency distribution for KPL. Based on the graph 18, show histogram frequency distribution for KPL. It has only one class interval that is a 0.00 until 0.90. The mean point of class interval 0.00 until 0.90 is a 4.5 and the frequency of this class is 150. Next, move the other graph, which is OGIF graph. The OGIF is defined the frequency distribution graph of a series. The OGIF is a graph of a cumulative distribution which explains data value on the horizontal plane axis and added the cumulative relative frequencies. The cumulative frequency of cumulative percent frequency on the virtual axis. Cumulative frequency is defined as the sum of all the previous frequency up to the current point. To find the popularity of the given data or the likelihood of the data that fall within the certain frequency range, OGIF curve have is fitting those details accurately. Create the OGIF by plotting the point corresponding to the cumulative frequency of each class interval. Most of the statistics use GIF curve to illustrate the data in the virtual risk preservation is help in estimating the number of observations which are less than or equal to their particular value. Okay, this is example for the given graph. First, table 19, OGIF frequency distribution for liter per 100. Graph 19 show OGIF frequency distribution for liter per 100. The upper boundary of class interval 0.00 until 2.15 is 2.65 and has the lowest frequency of C. The upper boundary of class interval of 2.1 C until 4.1 C is 4.6 C and has the highest frequency, which is 113. The upper boundary of class interval 4.17 until 6.17 is 6.67 and has the second lowest frequency of 31. Next, table 20, OGIF frequency distribution for horsepower. Graph 20 show OGIF frequency distribution for horsepower. The upper boundary of class interval 1.71 until 2.01 is 2.51 and has the second highest frequency of 18.6. The upper boundary of class interval 2.02 until 2.32 is 2.82 and the frequency is 0. This is the lowest frequency of 3 class interval. The upper boundary of class interval 2.33 until 2.63 is 3.13 and has the highest frequency, which is 347.2. Okay, last, then the table 21, OGIF frequency distribution for weights. Based on the OGIF frequency distribution for weight above, the upper boundary of class interval 2.603 until 3.103 is 3.603 and has the second lowest frequency of 15. The upper boundary of class interval 3.605 until 4.105 is 4.605 and has the highest frequency, which is 75. The upper boundary of class interval 4.607 until 5.107 is 5.607 and has the second highest frequency of 54. The upper boundary of class interval 5.108 until 5.608 is 1.08 and has the lowest frequency, which is 6.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Julila binti Sumardi, matrix number A21A3273. Statistical analysis using software. Before I start, let me introduce what is SPSS. The acronym SPSS, often known as IBM SPSS Statistic, stands for Statistical Package for the Social Science. It is a piece of software used to analyze statistical data. SPSS offers data analytics service to group identification, numerical outcome prediction, and descriptive statistics. To manage data effectively, this program also offers data transformation, wrapping, and direct marketing feature. In its main view, the software interface shows open data in a manner skin to a spreadsheet. Numerical descriptive measure. After the research performed the calculation method manually, the calculation step is repeated by using the calculation method on an SPSS basis. Next, the research performed a comparison between the calculation manually and the SPSS. Here are the comparative results. This is a table for calculated by manually for week. And this is calculated by using SPSS for week. The mean using SPSS for the week is 3.85643, while the mean by using manually calculate is 4.21. The answer of median by using the SPSS is 3.82050 and using manually is 2.21. Next, the answer of mode that we get by using the SPSS is 3.410 and using manually is 2.17. The standard deviation in using SPSS is 5.22492 while using manually is 0.6774536. Variance for SPSS is 2.73 while manually is 0.455. For range, by using SPSS are 2.080 while using manually is 3.005. Lastly, the answer of percentiles of quarter 1 by using the SPSS is 3.41000, 3.82050, 4.28200, and using for manually calculate is 1.203 for quarter 1 and 1.762 for quarter 3. From the result of calculated by using SPSS for the data is not same as calculated by using manually because the SPSS cannot read the data accurately. Research can see that the mean, median, and mode value that use manually calculation are smaller than SPSS calculation. Draw graph by using software. First is week. This is the line graph by using Excel software for week. From the graph above, we can see that mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, range, minimum, maximum, quarter 1 and quarter 3 for week. There is a big difference in manually calculation because manual calculation will not get large amounts like using SPSS. Distribution graph, mean, median, mode. The shape of distribution is swayed to the right. Based on the diagram, the research were able to conclude that the data distribution graph for the LP100, KPL, and week, a variable is a positive distribution graph. This is that since both graphs have a right skew. From the graph, it can be concluded mode has the lowest value, median is the second biggest value, and mean is the highest value. This is the graph for liter per 100, KPL, and week.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Alia Izzati binti Muhammad Razali, and my metric number is 81A3411. And today I would like to present about hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is an act in statistics whereby an test an assumption regarding a population parameter. Methodology employed by the analyst depend on the nature of the data used and the reason for the analysis. Hypothesis testing is used to assess the plausibility hypothesis by using sample data. Next is ANOVA. ANOVA is a factual strategy that removes the notice change information from the different parts to utilize from extra trial. A one-way ANOVA is utilized by at least three information class to gather data on the connection between recurrent and free factor. The three tables show that there is no huge in mean response time because of guessings. This is on the grounds that the free factor are discrete value and clear-cut factors. Different word subordinate factor are not impacted by the free factor. Step 1, hypothesis HO, div alpha 1, div alpha 2, div alpha 3 HA. At least one of the mean is different from the others. And step 2 is significance level, denoted by an 0.05. And step 3 is test statistic. And step 4 is decision rule reject HO if critical region F0.05, 3146 equal to 64.693. And last step 5 is decision or conclusion. Fail to reject, therefore there is no significant difference among the treatment.
Next, correlation analysis. A survey conducted in order to identify the relationship between the two variables, liter per 100 and KPL, for horsepower and weight. The correlation analysis was used to describe the strength and direction of the linear relationship between two variables. The correlation of liter per 100 with KPL relationship strength was as much as negative 949. Next, to determine whether the hypothesis is that liter per 100 has a relationship with KPL, we need to look at significant two-tail. Thus, we can see the value of liter per 100 and the value of KPL is 0.000, which is lower than the recommended 0.01. Thank you.
For the next part, I explain about the confidence interval. Okay, confidence interval is a range of value within which the population parameter is supposed to exist. The 95% confidence interval can be related confidence level. Based on the result of the SPSS above, the lower boundaries and the upper boundaries are 3.77213 and 3.94073 respectively. Also, it's represented the standard error for the steepen is 0.042661. So it can be said that the population parameter is between 3.77213 and 3.94073.
This slide about 5.5 prediction modeling. Predictive modeling is a form of data mining that analyzes historical data with the goal of identifying trends or patterns and then using those observations to predict future outcomes. The first is test of normality. The Shapiro-Wilk test usually on residuals give a p-value of less than 0.000. Therefore, the data deviate significantly from the normal distribution. The second is model summary. The R-square value are 0.808 and 0.850, which means that 89.9% and 92.2% the liter per 100 variation can be explained by horsepower and weight. The adjusted R-square is 80.7% and 84.8% respectively. The third is ANOVA. The p-value from the ANOVA table is less than 0.001, which means that at least one of two variables, weight and horsepower, can be used for liter per 100. The last is coefficient. Based on coefficient table, refer to the columns and standard B value. The multi-regression model is weight equals 1.533 plus 0.350 in bracket weight 1 minus 0.120 in bracket liter per 100 equals 1.781.
Conclusion. Based on this report, we can conclude that the data description is the first step of doing this report. By providing concise summaries of the sample and the data measure, this data aids in describing and comprehending the characteristics of a particular data collection. Additionally, people utilize data description to transform complex quantitative knowledge from a large data set into a descriptible description. The measure of the liter per 100 kpl and week is ratio level. Ratio data is a type of quantitative numerical information. There are 4 key characteristics of ratio data. The ideal form of data to work with is ratio data is every situation. This is due to the fact that you can employ the complete textbook of statistical approach. There are also have 3 descriptive statistics you can obtain using ratio data. The second step is we use sampling data and record categorical data. The precision of our estimation and the study's ability to draw conclusion are two statistical aspects that are impacted by the sample size. Our sample size for this conversation is the lowest final 2 digits for our group member matrix, which is 11. We therefore use our member Nurul Alia Izzati binti Muhammad Razali, the lowest final 2 metric numbers, which are A21, A3411. The third step is numerical descriptive measure. Firstly, we can look for measure of central tendency for liter per 100 kpl and week. The last step is statistical analyzing using SPSS. Statistical package for the social science, SPSS, also referred to as IBM SPSS Statistical. It is abbreviation for this parse. It is software that analyzes statistical data. Data analysis service for group identification, predicting numerical outcome, and descriptive statistical are provided by SPSS. From the result of calculated by using SPSS for the data is not the same as calculated using manual because the SPSS cannot read the data accurately. Analysis of variance, ANOVA, is an analysis tool used in statistics that split unobserved aggregate variability found inside a dataset into two parts, systematic factor and random factor, which means at least one of the 5 variables, cylinder, horsepower, brain, KPL, and week. A statistical method for establishing the relationship between two variables is correlation analysis. In statistics, the link between two variables is referred as a correlation. They are also have 5 steps, which is start with hypothesis, second step is significant level, third is SPSS out, step 4 division rule, and lastly division. Next, the team confidence interval is referring to evaluate the interval of statistics that condemn a population parameter. By using the SPSS, we collect the result of the confidence interval. We use the complete dissection with this of normally, model summary, ANOVA, and confidence interval. Thank you.